Okie dokie. All right. Thank you for joining me in yet another exercise wherein I will be reading a paragraph, such as the one to my left, to you. Embedded within this paragraph are the potential for errors related to grammar, punctuation, syntax, and so forth. Please bear that in mind as you listen to me read. Afterwards, I'm going to go ahead and, I suppose I'm already out of frame, I'm going to ask that you pause the video once I read the paragraph to you and have you make corrections independently. Once you feel as though you've addressed all the potential corrections, or rather fixed the potential errors that you found, please resume so that you and I can correct together, see how you did. Of course, please feel free to use the comment section below to let me know what alternatives you have to offer, perhaps as additions to the corrections I've made or as a substitution. It's all good. You know, English is, of course, very organic in a lot of ways, so nothing is set in stone except for, of course, a few basic rules. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and of course, I hope you find this video helpful, which of course, if you do, please give it a like and subscribe to continue to practice with me. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in and read the paragraph. Excuse me. All right, so before he could say a word, she asked, "Can you play the bassoon?" "I won't marry a man who can't play the bassoon." Ooh. "I cannot," says the king, "but I can play the xylophone." "Sorry," she said, "that won't do." The king went home alone. There, the prime minister advised him to find a queen even if she wasn't ideal. So the king went to see Queen Apollonia again, only to find that she had married the owner of an apple orchard and opened a bakery. He returned to Terra Incognita, but finds that a dragon had seized Queen Malicious for her spicy sauce recipe, which he needed for his fiery breath. Okay, go ahead and pause here to make those corrections and, of course, resume when you're ready to correct with me. Excuse me, I'm moving and shaking, which tells me that you've hit play, so we're gonna go ahead and get started at the beginning. All right, before he could say a word, and remember, we're speaking in the past tense, so she asked? No, should be she asked. So I'm gonna add an ED, so A-S-K-E-D, comma, because here we're gonna get into the question that she asked, which, as the context suggests, tells you it's dialogue. So I've got to capture that using a quotation mark. So I'm going to open quote, "Can you play the bassoon?" "I won't marry a man who can't play the bassoon." Uh-oh, I see a contraction without the requisite apostrophe. Now here we've got the joining of the word can plus not. You could write it as cannot. Instead, we're going to use the contraction, which is can't. Same thing. So that apostrophe sits between the N and the T whenever you're appending not to a word. So, can't play the bassoon, period. Close quote. "I cannot," says the king. So here we're attributing this initial speech to the king, which again requires quotation marks since this is dialogue. "I cannot, comma, said the king." Remember past tense, so S-A-I-D. Comma, open quote, because he's continuing the thought he had started. "But I can play the xylophone," close quote. "Sorry," she said again. We're attributing this speech to her. That speech, open dialogue. "Sorry," close quote, she said. "That won't do." So I need to reopen that quote and close it because she continues her thought. Excuse me. As we continue, the king went home alone, poor guy. There, the prime minister, which is misspelled. Here, it's like mini, M-I-N-I-S-T-E-R, advised him to find a queen, even if she wasn't ideal. Ooh, he's got a subtle. Uh-oh, another contraction without that requisite apostrophe. So I'm going to add it between the N and the T, as I mentioned earlier. So the king went to see Queen Apollonia again, only to find that she had married, so had, past tense, it's an irregular, had married the owner of an apple orchard. It's not a U, actually, it should be an A. So we're gonna change that U to an A. And open a bakery. Uh-oh, this is spelled bakery. Bakery is the word bake, B-A-K-E, followed by R-Y. He returned to Terra Incognita, but finds, no, he found. This is an irregular verb, F-O-U-N-D. That a dragon, which should have a single consonant, so one G, had seized, S-E-I, seized Queen Malicious for her spicy sauce. Uh-oh, I forgot this last part, guys. Recipe, which he needed for his fiery breath. Whoops. Recipe, uh-oh, R-E-C-I-P-E. which he needed for his fiery breath. Fiery. F-I-E-R-Y, period. Okay, so those are the corrections that I have on offer. Again, unfortunately, it seemed as though I neglected to scroll up just a pinch, so if you didn't get those last few, I apologize. All right, if you found it helpful, which I hope you did, please give this video a like and subscribe if you'd like to continue to practice with me. Okay, thank you very much.